Hey, good evening. You're on with Big J, and you know what time it is. It's time to Let's Talk. I'll be right back. I'm watching the Atlanta Hawks game tonight with the Miami Heat, and I had nothing to say but, oh, not again. Another injury. Trae Young goes down with a bad ankle injury. But the key is, they said he broke his ankle. That's not the case. He could be back by the playoffs, but the problem is, if he suffers another ankle injury, it could be devastating, not just for him and the team, but also for his family. The doctor just presented some information that we want to share with you. I'll be right back.
Trae Young left tonight's game against the Knicks with a left ankle injury. There's been so many injuries tonight. I just finished uploading the video on Denny Avdia and his ankle injury, and then shortly thereafter, Trae Young suffers a left ankle injury of his own. So this was the play. Trae is going in here for a floater, and as he comes down that left ankle, we can just catch right here in this view, goes into a classic inversion position for a lateral or a lower ankle sprain. You heard the announcers talk about high ankle sprain. This is not the classic position for a high ankle sprain. This is typical, more common, low ankle inversion sprain. As we look from behind here, this is where we can really see what happened. Of course, as Trae is coming down, we see that foot a little bit plantar flexed, meaning the toes are pointed downward. But then as he lands here, he rolls onto that outside portion of his foot, going right there into that classic position for an inversion ankle sprain. Again, stressing those lower lateral ankle ligaments, not the higher, typically more serious ankle sprains. So if we look head on, when we go into inversion, that ankle is swinging around this way. And so if you do that, that's going to stretch and pull on those ligaments. We also have just the contour of the bone in the joint that acts as a passive stabilizer, some other soft tissues and capsule around the joint. The braces that he's wearing are a form of external passive stabilization. But we also probably more importantly have active stabilizers that help prevent this from happening. Two of the important ones are going to be the peroneus longus and brevis, that are muscles that sit attached to the fibula on the outer portion of the lower leg. These muscles have long tendons that come down and insert one of them on a bone called the fifth metatarsal, again, that you can feel, a little bump on the outside of your leg here, and then the other one wrapping around to insert up on the bottom of the foot. Both of these muscles, when they fire, pull the foot in the opposite direction of this sprain. So those are going to pull the foot into eversion, meaning back up this way, to oppose the action of that inversion sprain and try to provide stability. But it's not just the muscles down around the ankle. We also know that it's important to have good control with the muscles of the core, the muscles of the hip, and then the rest of that upper kinetic chain. We can't just focus in on the ankle itself. You have to strengthen everything higher up because we know from research that that plays a big role in preventing and limiting ankle sprain. Next step, of course, is x-rays to look and see if anything did get fractured. You can fracture that base of the fifth metatarsal. You can have some avulsion fractures where the ligaments actually pull a piece of bone away from their attachment sites. And then I'm sure he's going to get an MRI or an ultrasound to look and see the exact severity of the damage. Again, these aren't typically season-ending types of injuries unless there's some unexpected fracture. But with each subsequent ankle sprain, if you come back too soon or everything's not healed up right and you have another sprain, that just increases the total recovery time. So if this is a common ankle sprain with no fracture, then yeah, Trae should be back by the time the playoffs start. But if he then has another ankle sprain, then that's really when we start to worry about potentially season ending. So again, if we look through it back here, Trae comes down, ankle rolls outward into an eversion position, which is classic mechanism for a lower.
It's just great to see that there are individuals who are trained medically and handling the situations and proving what is the possibilities of return and not returning. So we want to say thank you for tuning in to Big J again. We don't want to do anything but bring you great content that solidifies that what our channel is about. If you have not subscribed, please consider. And if you consider and you feel that this channel is favorable for your sports content, news, and information, please hit that subscribe button. Also hit that bell so you'll be notified when we upload new content. God bless you. Have a great evening.